Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Disruptor!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Riki.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
To the game, I'm taking way too long to explain the bracket. So Vici Gaming versus Team Max, Disruptor and Earth Spirit going to be the first 2 picks of the day.
Radiant team ban.
Yes, I did change the overlay. So we have Disruptor and Earth Spirit for Vici Gaming. Team Max going to be picking up the purple duo, Riki and Darkseer. A very, very scary combo, especially when it used to be in the prime time of Dota, where Invisible Riki is running around with ion shells. You guys get the idea. Quite an interesting decision for them to bring this back, but also to reveal it so early.
Reserve time.
Wasn't really expecting them to go for a Riki second pick, but I'm guessing it's not completely revealing their strat. So yes, they're revealing a Riki and that Vici Gaming should be buying detection, but this does not completely ruin their draft. Bans in the meantime, Shadow Shaman, Sand King, Ember Spirit, and Lycan. Team Max gonna get rid of the Night Stalker, the Nyx Assassin, the Bat Rider, and the Jug. All the popular heroes of the Chinese meta at this time. Sand King and Shadow Shaman in particular have been 2 of the most highly contested heroes so far that I've seen. Especially Shadow Shaman. Any team that's running Shadow Shaman, I don't know if this is true, but from all the games that I've seen, every team that has Shadow Shaman gets first blood. It always seems to be the case. So just to get rid of that, it means that we have to pick up a different support duo, which Earth Spirit and Disruptor. I'm not against this. You've got long range initiation coming out from both of them. You both have silences. You got a reliable disable in the Earth Spirit, and you got great crowd control with the Disruptor as well. Disruptor may struggle up against a Riki. Disruptor's not the best when it comes to harassing a Riki that could be coming in to poke a support. So maybe Riki could see as the Disruptor as food, especially when he's roaming around, and just force the Disruptor to use some extra regen while he's poking about. Vici going to be picking up a Queen of Pain though as their first core. And wow, Team Max, very quick pick, going to be going straight for the Sven. So Queen of Pain, this is adding a level of aggression to Vici Gaming's draft. They do want to have a hero that's mobile. There's a very short a very short timing window where they are going to be very strong and has that burst damage in the sonic wave. And she can also be a pain, especially if played correctly in the late game. Which you look at Max right now, they don't have the most reliable disable to lock down a Queen of Pain. Riki Smoke is good. Darkseer Vacuum, not so reliable. Sven Stun is a projectile stun, so there's a chance you could blink out. Puck is a good decision here for Team Max though. I do like this just because Dream Coil is going to be great versus Queen. The Silence is going to be amazing against Queen, Earth Spirit as well. Clockwork, not so much. Clockwork, I expect him to be very annoying for Sven in particular because those cogs, when they drain his mana, it really limits what he can do as a Sven, especially if he hasn't thrown that stun out yet. Because we all know Sven has a really, really low mana pool.
Radiant team.
But I do like the draft for Vici Gaming so far. It's looking very solid. Not very high in the damage department. Disruptor, not really there for damage. Clockwork can in prolonged one-on-one team fights. Earth Spirit can do a reasonably good job as well because of the Magnetize. And Queen of Pain's doing the brunt of it at the moment. So you can say that Vici, they need a carry that's going to give them that little bit of oomph in their draft. Jug's been taken away and Weaver so far from Team Max. They're getting rid of all these very, very early timing window carries, which Jug, Weaver, they pretty much do that. So whatever Vici Gaming picks up to supplement their lineup, it's got to be something strong. It can be super late game. It can be something that peaks a little bit sooner. Up against Team Max, you need something that will be able to sustain against a Sven. Will also be okay against that Puck. Warlock Golem should be considered food for this last pick. What does Vici Gaming go for? Because all the standard picks are out of the question right now.
Bloodseeker.
It's going to be a Bloodseeker. We've seen a lot of Bloodseekers today. We're seeing a lot of Bloodseekers. Wow, I didn't actually realize how big of a deal this is. I'm a little upset that Vici Gaming's not running the whole Fnatic, Tusk, Bloodseeker Pudge combo, which was very cheesy, especially during the Southeast Asian playoffs, which are over for today, by the way. So, it's not that bad. Technically, Earth Spirit could kick the target, but yeah, that's not really going to be a thing. Well, overall though, looking at both the drafts, I do favor Vici a little bit more. Not to say Max's draft is bad, but I feel that the ease of execution probably is going to be in the hands of Vici, because Max, they're relying a lot on ults. They need the Sven ult. The Warlock Golem has a long cooldown. Puck, his Dream Coil's got a relatively short cooldown, so that's okay, but Darkseer's Wall is not the shortest cooldown spell in the game. And comparing that to Vici, who have heroes that their ultimate cooldowns are not that long, it means that Vici can end up fighting possibly 2 fights, but the first one to expel those big spells, and then the second one when they want to try and fight them without those spells, which are probably on cooldown. So yeah, I'm a little favoring Vici Gaming's draft right now. Now it's just the game of being jealous of towers. How with this freaking 2,100 compendium? Oh man. He could probably just get 2 of the Aegises. The whole, if you spend 1,000, if you spend enough money to get a level 1,000 compendium, you get the Aegis. The Aegis apparently is very small. It's not like it's not a big Aegis. It's supposed to be probably the size of your palm, and not a big palm either. It's actually, I've got a small hand. I have small hands, but the Aegis is supposed to be the size of my palm. Yeah. Oh man, all this stuff again. Right, before we start, let's go for a quick intro for both of the teams. We're going to start with Team Max on the Radiant side. We have Chalice on our Darkseer. We have Waishen on the Puck. Down towards the bottom lane, we have HY on the Riki, Fonte on the Sven, and finally we have SJ on our Warlock. On the side of Vici Gaming on the Dire Squad for today, we have Young, that's going to be handling our offlane Clockwork. We have Ori on the Queen of Pain. We have, is that Amy? Yeah, that's Amy on the Earth Spirit. We have Hao on the Bloodseeker. And finally we have Chuan, Malaysia's Pride, on the Disruptor. Well, not really. I guess it's not really Malaysia's Pride anymore. He's like gone to China. So maybe he's a Chinese Pride? The thing is, Chuan hasn't really found too much success. So I would like to see Chuan be a little bit more active in the pro scene. If he could find success and be on a big team again, it would be really nice to see his old personality back on the peak of esports. Esports has changed so much, and we're seeing all this new blood. A lot of the older players, they keep trying to get back into the scene, but it just feels like everything is changing, and especially as an old esports follower, you get a little bit upset knowing that it's not like the old days. Man, old days of Dota, so good. Back in the day where teams wouldn't shuffle every other day of the week, and you could actually cheer for a team and they would actually stay together for at least a year. Looks like Chuan's still looking for Chalice. Can't quite find him. He wants to cancel the Clarity if possible. Does finally find him, but it did take him a while to get Thunderstrike off. But in the middle lane, looks like we might be seeing a jump here by Amy. He is poised and ready to jump onto Waichen. Waichen has gone for 1 point into the phase shift, so if they can somehow pop this phase shift a little bit sooner, that would be great. But HY is in the middle lane, and there is detection, but it's on this side of Ori. They're going to jump onto Waichen. Can they commit though? In the meantime, you have Ori being chased up by HY. HY still chasing him, popping the salve. He's going to run away. The blink is there. He will not be able to kill off the Queen of Pain. They might lose HY instead. No, he goes back into the cover of Invis. They will manage to hit him, and Amy is going to try and work down HY. Is this first blood? One more hit. He gets it. It was first blood. And a lot of that came down to the fact that he actually turned around to hit Amy. Oh boy. I know he tried to cancel, but it was for a cancel, but just the fact that he was out of Invis, he actually just went into Invis. If he juked sideways, maybe there was a chance of him surviving, who knows. And Amy gonna stand put as he steals the bounty rune and gonna roll on out of there. GTA 5 Amy, clearly this guy is experienced in hijacking cars and bounty runes. Laning wise, we got the Bloodseeker doing quite well here. Chalice, he has rotated into the jungle and will be coming back. Now, he doesn't really need to harass Chalice. If anything, if you're the Bloodseeker, you may want to consider your farm first before you even think about anything else. Because Chalice is not a threat. Hal will be able to sustain himself even if there is going to be that Ion Shell harassment. So, Bloodseeker not really an ideal target for a Darkseer to kill. It could actually be quite scary for Chalice, because once the Bloodseeker hits that level 6, you can't go anywhere, especially if you're a Darkseer. Fonte in trouble. He was being chased up by the Clockwork, and he is going to at least heal himself up with that salve. Going to be A-okay. Looks like we have a charge in here by Amy. They're blinking forward. They want the puck. The silence is there. Ori getting these backstabs here by HY. The kick. Gonna bide some time. Ori kills Mei Chen first. Now that is good on the side of Vici, because that means that both Amy and the Queen of Pain were able to secure that EXP, whereas for the puck, he wasn't there for the Queen of Pain EXP. So, an unfortunate situation to be in, but life is life, and only the strongest will survive. CS-wise, Bloodseeker, he is ahead of Sven for now. So both safe laners are farming to their heart's content. Next up is Clockwork, who, compared to his counterpart, which is the Darkseer, doing much better than Chalice. Chalice is only able to farm now because the creep wave has gone under the tower, but even then, you look at Hao's denies. 14 denies, and Chalice's level is very close to level 4, but you compare it to the Clockwork, who's already level 4. 4 1/4. So, looks like Young having a happy time in this bottom lane. We still see Amy roaming around. He's been a pest for this mid lane. They've been trying so hard to lock down the puck. And even though they're trying to lock down the puck, the CS between Ori and Waichen are not that too far apart. So, in essence, this matchup is still equalized, whether we like it or not. Got a hasted Riki here, gonna be running out in a minute. To move into that bottom lane. Young, he's still here. He's on the receiving end of a little bit of harassment, but we have a scan being thrown down by the Dire. Just to check if Riki is here. I know he's not here. The dive is there. The silence and the kick as well. This is the end of Mei Chen. He phases. He hides. He's in the trees. He's ticking. The Bloodseeker aura is impacting him right now, and Ori wants him. The scream, the hit, the puck is down.
Radiant's middle tower is under
This is the most unfortunate thing if you're a puck, especially up against a Bloodseeker. You'd be relying a lot on mobility to keep you alive, but once you reach that threshold, and especially with how puck's HP pool is not that high, it makes it so much easier to chase down that little purple dragon. Oh, the silence completely missing. Very nice juke there by Chalice to go further behind instead of going down through that straight path. But Chalice gonna try and burn down Hao. Puck is TP'd in and is gonna try and kill Chuan instead, but now he's lost vision of the Disruptor and Hao's gonna start working on him too. Silence deployed. It's not gonna land onto Waichen. He phase shifts out and Chalice will come back to harassing Hao. So yeah, unfortunately the first movement here for Waichen not too successful. He's not 6. He needs that Dream Coil before he's going to be able to achieve much more with his movement. So he's At this point, he's not really using his time well. He was probably expecting that to be a nice, easy disruptor kill. But Young still harassing Fonte and SD. Cogs are there. Amy's come in to help, and we're also possibly going to see Queen of Pain come in as well. The kick, the roll, the stun, the silence. They're still going after Sven. The scream, the hit, and Ori gets there. Double damage come in to help, and we're also possibly going to see Queen of Pain come in as well. The kick sitting at 166 damage per hit. The roll, the stun, the silence. They're still going after Sven. The scream, the hit, and Ori gets there. Double damage come in to help. So the game looks like it's going to be a nice ball game for Vici Gaming. They have started to gain a little bit of momentum, and their movements have been much more successful than Max's so far. The Puck still looking to get that level 6. He's got some free time in the middle lane, so Coil will be available. He's trying to kill him off before he can get that level 6. This is actually a very good timing by Ori because it is denying Ychen the level 6. But the creep wave is pushing, and he should be able to get it once this next creep dies. We'll get the hit. The 6 is up, and the Coil is up as well. Young is literally in the middle of 3 heroes. This could be the end. I hope you like sandwiches because you're gonna be one in a minute. Oh, Ori's TP'd in. Going to hit Fonte. Does he have Sonic Wave? He does. Justice deployed. The kick will miss. The God Strength is here. The Puck is here as well. He wants to use Dream Coil. He's only connected onto Ori so far. They will be able to kill the Queen. Fonte still under the effects of this Rapture. Cannot move. It's 2 for 1 so far. Clockwork will respawn soon, but everyone onto Vici Gaming is in a state of retreat. They are low on mana, low on resources, so it's much safer for them to try and fight for another day. But that was the debut of the Dream Coil by Ychen. He really needed that, and it paid off when they needed it the most. Looking at the net worth, we'll also jump into items. We have the Bloodseeker leading the net worth, comparing himself to the Sven, who's 3.1, not too far behind. He's actually getting very, very close to finishing up the quarterstaff that he was after. A kill onto the Darkseer. Did not see this, but I'm guessing that was all of his spells popped just to kill that Darkseer. Level 7 clock compared to the level 6 counterpart. Quick look at items. We have a Urn of Shadows coming up onto Young. We also have a whole bunch of things on Amy. He actually wants to pick this up, but yeah, he can't really grab that till he gets back to Fountain. Ankle Boots, Smoke, everything you could ask for. And Howl gets another kill, this time onto the Warlock. That was with the help of Chuan as well. And this is where the ball gets rolling for Vici Gaming. Every single time that Rupture is on cooldown, they need to get a kill. So every single time they grab a kill, it's pretty much a mission success. And the cooldown is very short. It's a minute. So every minute you can be looking for a kill with Howl. And especially when Chuan hits that level 6, heck, even 3 points into Glimpse is enough to kill practically anybody on the side of Max, because that Glimpse is going to send you back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mask of Madness, by the way, is also completed on our Sven, so Fonte's farm will speed up a little bit more. He's also got the Glove of Haste. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a Hand of Midas. He's probably just saving this up for treads or something of the sort. Just getting the extra attack speed for now.
Radiant's bottom tower
just benefiting him as a Sven in general. Sven's attack speed early on is not very impressive. Yeah, it's going to be for the treads. Arcane Boots picked up on the Darkseer. What's the recovery here for Chalice, though? So Chalice's net worth is under the Puck so far, not too far from the clock. So Chalice, as long as he gets a little bit of time to sit down and pull himself together and get that farm to finish up the mech, he should be okay for his team, because his role this time is to set up and keep his team sustained. Hookshot in the middle lane, does not land on the priority target. Actually just going to be Fonte running away, but we have someone else come in. It's the Puck who's silenced. Can they finish him? He's going to phase out. He's ticking to this Magnetize. He should go down. HY as well. There's also going to be the Rupture onto the Warlock. They can't go anywhere. They're also going to look for Fonte, who's in the jungle, going to be caught in the kinetic field. How is here? The stun is there. He's still running for the Glimpse as well. And Chuan sending Max to an early grave for his team. This tower will drop as well. Practically a sneeze away. They're also going to use up the glyph to buy time and also refresh the glyph when that tower drops. This has been a bit of free time here for Chalice, but he's going to have to amp up that farm tenfold if he wants to be useful, because at this point of time, he's dead weight. His team cannot use him unless that mech is up. So Chalice, hopefully he gets that free time that he so desires and finishes up the mech for his team, and maybe they have a fighting chance, because it's not easy when you're running heroes such as Puck and Warlock up against that blasted Bloodseeker. The range on the Rupture is crazy, to be honest. And for a hero like him, it makes sense to be in his kit, but my god, does it make him very strong up against some of those lineups. Especially Sven. Sven's a hero that does not appreciate a Bloodseeker pick, because Sven, he relies on BKB to ensure that he's okay, but the moment there's a Rupture, suddenly, even though you pop BKB, you know, what can you really do if you get ruptured? What do you really do? So your options are very limited.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Do it with flair.
Update on these items. We've got both recipes available onto Chalice. He's getting very close to finishing that mech. He just needs these last two components, and then we're going to have him ready for at least a 13.5-minute fight. Now we do have the entire max lineup here, but we might see some people get cut out, or at least cut off. We have Chuan coming in from the back, the Rupture onto Weishin, who's going to try and orb away, but Chuan is here. The silence as well. This Puck ain't going anywhere, and neither is that Warlock. Unfortunately for Ricky, he's going to go into the ult, but with detection here and a clockwork to block his way, he's not going anywhere. And Fonte came into the fight at the wrong place at the wrong time. He wants to run away, but the field is here. The silence from How. And that's going to be the team. Done and dusted. Dead and dead. This tower is going to drop as well. Very unfortunate fight there for Max. They went in expecting it to be a-okay, but the backstab from Chuan, the silence as well. The Static Storm just completely ruining the backline Warlock and the Puck, who was trying to at least get away. Got HY coming in from the side. He's got a smoke available. Silence is deployed. Chalice needs to run away from that silence as well. They're going to keep on chasing with Tin. He's got no Dream Coil. They can't do anything. There is no chase on this team. This is the thing with Max's team. They don't have anyone like a Tusk Snowball. They need this Dream Coil. They don't even have anything like a Blink Sand King to pursue these targets. The moment Vici runs away, no coil, no good. This golem looks cool. Why does everyone have all these cool golems and then my golem just golem? My precious. For some reason my microphone keeps getting triggered in game. There we go. I think I made it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But it's looking very good here for Vici Gaming. They've got a 16 kills on Max so far. Max only sitting at 3. The state of the game is looking very dull. Dill pickles? Very dull. That makes more sense. Chalice is just running in circles. He's like, am I ruptured? Am I ruptured, guys? The Rupture is gone, but my goodness, did he lose HP? Oh, they don't quite get him inside, but I don't think it matters. He's going to try and orb away. Look at Amy. Oh, the glimpse. They just needed the Earth Spirit for the vision. Back you go. Down bottom as well, we have a smoke. They're trying to go for clockwork, and they will grab him. So Fonte, along with the help of HY, were able to secure a kill. But meanwhile, in this top lane, we've lost SJ. Chalice is here. They're still holding this tower down. HY's TP'd in as well. Looks like Chuan's going to be sending this poor Ricky back, or he's going to TP out. But I think they know at this point Chuan might die. He's TPing out. He looks okay. There's nothing to cancel. And at the end of the day, it looks like it's going to be a victory still for Vici Gaming, as they managed to grab the kills that they were after. A Puck and a Warlock for their clock, who died in that bottom lane. Scraps are spiraling out of control, and it's 15 minutes. And the Queen of Pain is looking very, very royal right now. She has her Velux Discord, going to be going for the Orchid next, and after that Orchid, the Bloodthorn is going to benefit the team so much. Rafonte with the Blink, does he consider killing off Ori? He needs help with the Riki if he's going to accomplish this. The smoke is so key.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Rafonte's not going to be able to catch the Queen if Rafonte with the Blink does this far out, so they will see her back out, I believe. No, they caught no sight. Oh, they have. There's a ping. They caught sight of her, but there is going to be Chuan here, going to be throwing the field up as well. Very risky to go up into the high ground. He's just going to see the entire team. There's a silence as well. He's going to try and back on out of him. He's going to put the ward up to Chalice to join the fight. Chuan the only one to die. And Vici Gaming, they're going to take that as a sign and say, okay, Chuan, we're going to have to let you go. Just try and stall. Well, this gets dewarded eventually, though, because this just got delivered. Yeah, there's going to be one set of wards and then sentries, so they know this is here. Oh, how did they know he was there? I know why. It was this. So it's guaranteed. They know. They know. The wards that Chuan put out paid off so much. How looking very rich right now. Looks like there's going to be a jungle invasion by Vici Gaming, going to be taking over Max's safe haven. It's no longer a safe haven. Smoke, though, from our Radiant squad, they need to get a kill with this smoke because so far their progress has not been working out for them. You can tell by the EXP and the gold that it's just going in favor of Vici all the way. EXP in particular is very telling of the situation, and they may possibly lose somebody if they're not careful about this initiation. They have Fonte to start the fight, but he technically would need SJ more to get a good rock down, but they managed to find him instead. The Glimpse is going to send him back, and that's going to be the Golem down. No Golem. Oh, I don't know if you want to be fighting into this at all. If you are Max Newbee, just want to back out. Chalice is just going to sit there, gets kicked back. He was sitting there with the Rupture. My screen stopped moving. The puck wheel is there. They're going to try and kill off Young with this stupid cogs. They just can't get through them. They're losing the puck. Fonte's running. Oh man, that looked almost okay, but the cogs from this clockwork are just a pain. And they also just see HY? Is there detection? He's gonna try and do something. He just pops the smoke. The Riki knows he can't accomplish anything. He's really not in a state where he can even just go up to anyone and hit them. His damage is abysmal. 66 plus 10. He's trying to go for the Diffusal Blade, but it's gonna be a while before the Riki's even going to get one. Update on items as well. Veil, Orchid is done as well. 4-staff completed very shortly here on Amy, and once this 4-staff is done, not only are you going to be kicked, but you will also be 4-staffed if you are hit with that dart Rupture. And I don't think you even need a Rupture to kill this man. Oh man. Rippity rip rip. And oh, they've also found the Rupture here onto Shen. He's just going to try and orb out of here, but they know roughly where he is. Glimpse onto SJ. They want to kill the Warlock. They just don't want to give this Warlock a chance. They don't want to give him any chance to throw the rock down. The rock down onto 2, into Queen of Pain, and onto the Earth Spirit. They break the coil back as well. 2 are dead. Now there's this chance. They want to jump onto How. This chase isn't there. They're going to find the Queen of Pain. And SJ here with the clockwork. Queen of Pain blinks on out. They're going to still chase after these heroes. But can they really get them? Look at the positioning of everyone on Max. Everyone is disorientated. Puck is down. And Clockwork killed off the Puck. They might be able to get him. Do they have a jump available? There's no mana left on the Riki. He's going to deny himself. Oh, the Golem kills him. Oh man, the Golem killed him. What a way to die. The Golem killed him. Oh man. That was a crazy team fight. But the good news is that it ended up being a 2k advantage on the side of Max just for getting those kills. So for Vici, this is the reason why they can't afford to let that Golem drop, because if the Warlock can get the Golem down, as well as the fatal bonds, that's where things start to go haywire, because the HP pool of Vici's heroes, they're not very good yet, not very strong. 1.4k on the Queen of Pain, Earth Spirit's 1.3k, but if you just put the fatal bonds onto each other, they have big HP pools, so they can really start to chew at each other's HP. So we're getting some pings here. Not too sure if they think it's blocked or if they think it's something else. I can't quite put these pings to words, but we have Amy on the high ground, going to be helping out Chuan by giving him a little bit of extra vision, and also he's going to sit here in case someone is possibly going to come and contest this Roche. Now, looking at Max's position, they do have an idea that this is here. There's no rock for 50 seconds. And without that rock, I don't see them being able to take this Roche. So they've abandoned it. They're going to keep on farming with Fonte, who is not sitting in too bad of a spot, but he needs this BKB so desperately. So desperately. But even then, I don't think the BKB is going to solve all of his issues. Oh, Fonte. Fonte's really struggled. 4 deaths, 2 kills, 1 assist. He hasn't really been able to contribute to these fights. He's just too short ranged, and it's just this Bloodseeker pick is completely messing with him.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Death's bounty.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower
Back
is
onto
under
these
attack.
items. We have a mid push coming out from Vici. And Max, they're going to have to just concede this tower. There is no way they're going to defend low ground. There is zero chance of them winning down there unless they have an initiation advantage. Fonte in the meantime is going to try and push this bottom lane. He's going to hide in the trees and go for an instant TP. His team is looking to engage in the middle instead. Do they go? Do they go? They're letting the tower drop. They want to back out. They don't want to commit. They're sending HY forward so they can get that preemptive vision. Amy's still here, but at this point it looks like he's just going to be putting down a ward to see if he can spot anything out. So his team sees HY.
Has been denied.
But it's just a Riki. This Riki, he's really not anything. The Riki is just a fly on the wall.
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Take a look at buyback status as well. If you're Max, you need to consider having some sort of buyback, but look at the buyback. There is nothing here. No one's home. Literally nobody is home. So if any of these heroes die now, this could mean trouble, and especially when you're trying to smoke, this could be even worse. It's a smoke versus smoke. Max on the low ground, Vici on the high ground. We've got one smoke pop. They roughly know where they are, and there's so much mobility. They're gonna go straight away onto Hal, but he gets forced out onto the low ground. He gets pulled back up by the Darkseer, the silence, the wall. They've killed off this bloody, they've killed off the bloody Bloodseeker, and they're gonna try and look for more. No, they've taken the kills. They've forced the buyback, and they want to retreat. That was a perfect situation for Max. That small choke, the blink forward by Fonte, the ballsiness to start the fight and help his team with the initiation is what won that for them. And for that 2 kills, they got 1,400 gold, pretty much. And that was also a buyback from the Bloodseeker. They might be looking for Chalice. Chalice thought he was safe. He's already popped his Guardian Greaves. The kick! Oh! A bit too slow, but the range, it was just the right range. Sometimes I wonder how these Earth Spirits know when their range is just enough to catch out those TPing targets.
Dire's bottom
gonna spot out Hal.
attack.
His team knows he's there. Fonte's still waddling about, looking to grab that. Looks like it's going to be a MKB. So he actually needs that extra... He needs to get the guaranteed hits, because this halberd is also being a bit of an issue here for Fonte. Because the mischance onto Hal, they can't actually afford to miss these spells on Hal. They need it to land. And luckily for them, because they're running a Riki, They can get quick little pickups like this. They're gonna go for Chuan. Just there. Beautiful play. Almost getting hit with the hook shot, but here we go. Can he outduke the team with silence? The dust is halfway. He's dead. He's dead.
They just...
Being a nuisance yet again, just to make sure that Chuan's not around. But technically, by the time Chuan respawns, there's going to be no rethinking for the next 30 seconds. This is buying time for Fonte still. That MKB will eventually come back up. Also got a little bit of farming space here for SJ. He so desperately needs this Glimmer Cape. He just needs to survive. Just every single time, he just gets hounded on by someone on Vici. I'm very impressed with Max's way of recovering in this game. They had a terrible early game, but these fights, they're starting to get a little bit better, especially when it comes to the team fight execution. Sorry, blinking forward will not find his target. Fonte playing ultra safe now. He needs to make sure that he lives because he is the saving grace for his team. Vici, I'm wondering what they're waiting for now. If it's a possible item, are they waiting for a Roche timing? Looking at everything, BKB is already done on Ori, and this is going to be a 10-second BKB. 4-Staff, Halberd, Blade Mail. I think it's a BKB as well on this Bloodseeker. Not coming anytime soon. That's going to be for sure. By the time they try and wait for these items, they might be going uphill into a flurry of spells. Young's up there. They're spotted up by HY. They go straight for the hookshot onto this Warlock. Will he have a chance to do anything? The two-man stuns. It looks like they're stuck. The wall gets thrown down. The rock gets thrown down as well, but only onto one. It's only onto Young. They're going to try and chase him down to 3 heroes. They've still got Fonte in the front lines. He's popped his extra armor. The coil as well. He's left by himself. His team is here. They can't kill off now, though. He breaks the coil. Fonte's still running. He's ticking to the dagger. He finally drops. There's 2 heroes dead on the side of Vici, while only 1 is down for Max, but Fonte is the damage on the side of Max. They need him. His team is still hiding inside the pit. They will not pursue, will they? Oh, there's a glimpse. Who was that? That was HY. They managed to find Chuan as well.
A pity.
Max. The decision making so far has been, it's improved since the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to see the entire layout of that fight, but pretty sure the graphs will tell us anyway. Vici's lead is now non-existent. It is now dipping into the line of middleness. That's not even a word, but it's pretty much at the middle of the graph now. So it looks like for now Max is recovering very well, especially EXP. It's dipping in their favor, and level-wise, we're getting close to level 20 talent. We're going to be seeing Sven's level 20 talent soon, so he's got a lot of options available for him if he wants to grab that. Queen of Pain very close to her talents as well. We'll have to see what they want to go for on Ori. He will be a pain in the backside though. He's gone for Shivas, so he will have that bonus armor to mitigate a lot of the Sven's incoming damage. And also he's going to have that Orchid, which could also prove to be an annoyance, especially for the Puck if the Yules is not available, because Weishen is still available, vulnerable, not available to silences, but vulnerable to silences. His HP pool is not incredible. He is still quite squishy. Chalice was going to get caught out.
Dire's top tower
anyway.
is under attack.
That's just Amy. No hook shots. No hook shots. Oh! HY gonna be scouting out the jungle. Is there a gem? There is actually a gem on Ori, so if HY isn't careful, he could just get picked off. And if he does get picked off, that will also scout out the gem for his team, assuming he clicks on the right hero. So buyback status, we only have 1 on the Puck, so buybacks are still not a priority for these teams yet. It's just 30 minutes in, but could already tell that some of these full-fledged fights are actually starting to kick some of these teams in the balls, because you lose a crucial hero right off the bat, suddenly you're at a huge disadvantage. And we've seen so far in this game, if you lose a big hero first, you will normally win these fights. And Max, they've been very good with their reactions. They've got a lot of team fight ultimates that can back each other up. The most vulnerable and valuable team member on the side of Max is actually this Warlock, SJ. He's gotten a couple of good Warlock Golems off, and then been a couple where the Chaotic Offerings have been just thrown onto one target to not only save himself, but to help his team lock them down so that they can kill them. I'm expecting another smoke here as well for Max. Off we go. Journey to the other side of the world. And who will they find? Because they knew there were a couple of heroes in the top lane. They showed themselves briefly with the creep wave. Do they know where to find anybody though? They're gonna go to the right hand side. Who do they find? We're seeing a scan. No one's going through that way. They're all playing it safe and going right in front of the Ancient. The map is black. The map is empty. I have no idea where they're going. They're gonna stay near the shrine. Instead gonna go back onto their side of the map, unable to find their prey. And continue on with this game of cat and mouse. Queen of Pains, is it finished? No, it's not finished. We still need the Mystic Star. It's got no buyback either. Looks like Vici looking very confident, barreling down this middle lane. Max on the high ground. Fonte will walk down the middle lane. He has got his teammates behind him. And Vici, they know something's up. They're not going straight for this bait. They know that the team is missing, so they're expecting his team to sit behind him. And Hal's going to end up going back into the farming game. Back into the top lane. The creep wave is pushing, and his team is also retreating. Roche is going to be up in a second, so this is going to be an important asset for both teams to secure. Grabbing the Aegis and also the cheese. If Max can get this, I actually believe Max are going to be able to turn some of these fights around. But the same can be said for Vici. Both of them have had lots of struggles trying to kill heroes off. And once they kill one, they're out of gas and they find it difficult to kill another. Oh, they're going to go around. They're going to go around. Vici on the hunt again. In the bush. And they're going to kill Fonte in the top lane. Fonte, he knows something's up. The ward. The ward. I don't know if the ward saw anything, but oh, they hit him with the hook shot. Oh no. Oh, this is it. This is it. Fonte's down. He has buyback, however, but that was... yeah, that was it. And there's also pings. They knew there were wards here. They said, guys, how did he know? He blinked. He knew. He knew. And that was a bit of a misplay there for Fonte. Because you didn't know where the enemies were, you've got to be very careful. Unless you see somebody... That's enough of me talking. That's enough of me talking. There must have been an idea behind Fonte to actually stay there. Roshan's being attempted, and without their spin, they don't want to use the buyback, so this is just going to have to be a dead Roshan. Aegis and Cheese going into Vici's pockets.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Weishan going to be picking up a nice rune. This arcane rune could come in handy for the upcoming fights if Vici Gaming do decide to press the issue now. But it looks like in the meantime, they're going to head back to lanes. Are they waiting for the next items? They've got a Shiva. The Shivas are still coming here for Queen, but I'm not too sure when Ori will finish it with this next wave. So Shiva's almost completed. Outside of that, we've got the Staff of Wizardry. So it looks like for Disruptor, he is actually going to be grabbing a 4-staff. They're going to need this for the upcoming team fight as well. No other components, but for Max, in the meantime, they should be able to get their own items up. I think this is a 4-staff. It's a Yule Scepter actually for the Riki. He wants to have that, he wants to have the Purge for himself. He wants to be able to get rid of the silences. The silences have been a real pain, and also to keep himself alive. That's also another reason why you want to be picking up your Yules. If you're in the middle of 5 heroes, Yules yourself up. It'll buy you some time. You can also do tricks of the trades as well, I guess. That's like the advantage of running Vici. You get like 3 Yules anyway, one that you can't cancel. And then that seems to be it for components. I'm not seeing anything outside of this MKB that's eventually going to be coming out of Fonte. This top T2 is gone for. It's done. It doesn't want to live anymore. Rest in peace. Tower.
Top tower has
Tower is down. And now it's up to Vici on when they want to finish this game, if they want to do it now or if they want to wait for the next set of item pickups. If they can grab a pickoff before going high ground with Aegis and Cheese, that would be even better, because considering how everyone is saving up their money, there is only buybacks available on Puck and Darkseer. Everyone is going all out with these items. No respect at all for these buybacks. I was expecting the teams to start at least holding on to buybacks 36 minutes in, because the death timers are starting to back up. And especially with Aegis Cheese, you have to know that your enemy is going to eventually start pushing high ground. You need those buybacks for high ground.
I'll never see this coming.
That's L on the prowl, joining up with his team. Jungle. This will confine Max into their own base. There are wards everywhere. So unfortunately for them, if they leave the base and they get spotted by these wards, they are dunzos, deadzos, rip. So for now, Max can only sit inside their base and wait for this potential push. Butterfly will be inbound here for Hal. It's gonna be a while, so I'm wondering if they wait or if they go straight up without it. Because the blink has just been finished on Amy. Also got the 4-staff coming up on the clockwork later on. Queen of Pain not really indicating to us what she wants to pick up. We have a Glimmer Cape and a Ghost Staff coming up for Chuan, so he's trying to ensure his own safety. His safety is very important because you need to have these glimpses, especially once you start chasing. Because I've seen Max, they've been hounding Chuan whenever he oversteps his lines and play a bit too far forward.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Whitehead. He's gonna be surrounded. He's silenced as well. He's going to die. He's gonna use. The cogs are there. They'll push him out. And his killing spree is over. He has buyback, but this is an ideal time to push him out with Vici Gaming. Force out the buyback. Make this worth it. Slow down the item progression on that Puck because he is so close to finishing up his ultimate orb. He really wants his Lincoln Spheres. Oh man, did I catch someone else out as well? Chalice in the top lane, silence from Chuan. He's stuck inside the field and the silence. How is here? Amy with the kick too, doing all that damage. And Max, have they been complacent? We've got Fonte here. They're gonna drop the rock, trying to kill off Hal. Pops his BKB. Cheese is done. They've also gotten a kill here onto Amy. So the Sven's doing some work, but he's eventually gonna start running out of God Strength. But he needs to start running. The vision is there by Chuan. Already gonna try and man fight the Sven. Young is here as well. He's ready to throw those cogs down. And Fonte is dead. Max, they have overstayed their boundaries, but they're going after Bloodseeker. They really need to get him with this Riki. The Yule's gonna buy him a little bit of extra time. Was that a Yule's from the Riki? Did he use? Huh? Oh no. He used. How? Was that an error? Was that an error? Oh man, I don't know if that was an error or not. Okay, I'm not too sure how to break that down. I'll let you guys absorb that. But Hal didn't die. They were trying so hard to kill him off. Now, no buybacks have been used yet. They don't have a buyback on Riki. Wall is thrown as well. BKB on Ori. It's forced out BKB on the Queen of Pain. Forced out BKB. And luckily here for Max, they haven't been forced to use a buyback yet, so maybe that fight there for Max was a saving grace? They didn't lose the Aegis, did they? They did lose the Aegis. Aegis expired, the cheese was used, and high ground is no longer safe, and we're obviously going to start getting some packet loss. Maybe if the game hits 40 minutes, that's when the packet loss starts to come. I don't get this. It was so good.
The silent killer.
A prize.
The game is still watchable, so it's not it's not all gone and it's not all dead. How hiding under the cover of Invis. He wants to find somebody to munch on, and he's going in the right direction as well. There are a lot of max series here. Are there any gems? No gems? They're instead going to be going after Weishen. We're going to be heading into the lane. They are all here. How still has not been revealed. The scan actually being used. They know roughly where he is. It will be too late. It will be too late. They weren't able to quite get him. They won't be able to get him. So Max is going to be safe and sound in their base for longer now. Buybacks are starting to kick in. So eventually we will be seeing some buybacks for these possible high ground pushes for Vici. But Vici, they spent a lot of this game farming. They've been trying to get all these items to ensure their high ground push, but hopefully this is going to be enough to help them push on through, because high ground is still always going to be an issue. No matter what items you have, if you don't initiate properly, it could cause a lot of problems. And as it stands, it looks like Max are the ones to apply this pressure instead of Vici. They are going to stick around in this bush because they're hoping someone farms the middle lane. We've seen a lot of Vici spreading out when they farm, but they're all in the jungle. We could actually see Young.
Top tower is under attack.
He's not going to go. They finally see some of these max heroes. Finally see him. Excuse me, guys. Okay, no buyback on the campaign, actually picking up her Maelstrom first. A bit worried this could be a bit greedy, but assuming that Ori plays safely, it shouldn't be too bad of an idea. How's still farming away. Not actually going for the butterfly anymore, but going for a Lincoln Spear. He wants to ensure his own life, but oh, they didn't find him. Nice blink out by our Bloodseeker. The stun will miss. They're going to go after Chuan if they can. HY is chasing. Queen of Pain is here with the Shivas. Coming in from the side is Amy. Yours is there. He's going to go straight into the tricks of the trade. The vacuum wall, they've lost their Disruptor. They've lost their Earth Spirit. In the backlines, the Warlock has gone down. He's already thrown his Golem. It's okay, but it's 2 down as well. Chalice is dead. Butcher onto the high ground. Not quite finding their target, but finally the Sven will be dropping. His BKB, his duration is too short. The Riki soon to follow. And the Puck gonna be chased up by Ori, hit with that Orchid Silence, stuck in the corner, the Yules is there, Blink is not available for 3, he's got the Phase Shift Orb combo. Gonna be not TPing to the Shrine, instead gonna be going through the bottom. But that fight turning out to be quite a disaster for Max, as they've lost everyone except for Weishen. And they're going to have to use some buybacks to defend this Rax if they want to have a chance of round number 2. They're going to bring Weishen back in. Are these buybacks going to eventually come? Or do they give these Raxes away? They're going to come in with the Warlock. It's 18 seconds till Chalice comes back. Silence from Weishen. He's just there to harass them. Tower is down. Melee Rax not going to be feeling too confident. He's like, where's my team? Where's my team? You should be protecting me. And they're going to go straight after the tower instead. They're ignoring that secondary Rax. They want to go for 2 Raxes. They're going to be able to get this if Max is not going to use those buybacks. It really looks like Max is banking on a big fight. They're hoping that Vici stick around for too long. They will not get the puck. The kick lands onto the wall. The Rax is happening. There's going to be a vacuum coil. Vacuum coil by Chalice and Weishen. But there's no follow-up. They're possibly going to at least get Chuan, but that combo, if they manage to have follow-up, they could have killed the entire Vici lineup. They just needed a blink stun from Fonte to have that connect properly. Oh, that combo was scary. But it's now on cooldown. There is still wall available. Coil will be back up soon. It's only on a 30-second cooldown right now, so round 2 is still available, but for them to get another chance at that vacuum into coil combo, it's going to be impossible. Because Vici, they are so spread out when these fights happen. They're respecting the Warlock Golem and they're respecting the vacuum combo as well. Maybe going to the low ground to kill off Ori. He's got a Lincoln. HY is here. There is no gem on the Queen. Does Young have a gem? These wards. Very nice backwards wards coming out here from Vici, just to spot out if they can find any, just to spot out max heroes if they come and go from the base. Possibly, okay, they should have seen the puck. He's walking in range of this. They won't see anyone on the high ground. Seeing a courier come on through. Is this a smoke? That's a smoke. Could be put in the stash, so they're not going to commit the smoke. Chuan, looking happy as can be. Young as well, being an annoying little clockwork. He's in such a pain, especially with the halberd. He's just completely destroying the Sven. He's getting disarmed left, right, and center.
Invisibility.
So, the BKB duration as well, Sven, it's 6 seconds. It's not enough for Sven anymore. Looks like we're going to be seeing this Ricky and Trump spotted out with the gem. Clockwork saying goodbye. Moving on to one more. It's the Warlock. He's going to go for a Glimmer Cape, but this is not going to save his life. He needs to break the hogs. He's not going to get it. Neither of them have buyback. Shallows as well doesn't have a buyback available, I believe. He doesn't have buyback, and he got killed off with the Rupture and Queen of Pain. Monte's by himself, getting a stun. BKB trying to kill off one. He gets just a Clockwork, but now it's going to be Hao and Ori versus Monte with Chuan and Amy. This Sven versus 4 is going to do nothing. There is a buyback available, but the gem's on the deck. Clockwork died. He's actually brought back, and there's only going to be two of them left. GG by Chalice. Crash and burn as well coming from our Darkseer. And that's going to be it. Max dropping this against Vici. Excuse me guys, my voice is... So guys, I hope you... Vici, not Aegis. Did I say Vici? I did, right? I said Vici. I have no idea. But thanks for watching Max versus Vici. So the next matchup is...
Approach it.
Dinner. Next level placement. I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah, it's called there weren't two trees there.
Let's check.
If you have quick cast on, like the radius of the area of the tree gets larger and larger. So if you have quick cast on, you actually might have trouble clicking on two trees.
So look at this, the offlaner leaving the lane for a sneaky courier snipe, and he gets it. Skylark finds the Dire's courier. 3-3 is there. He doesn't actually have a TP for 15 seconds, his Skylark.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
And yeah, so he may have got the TP, sorry, the courier, but he's almost certainly going to pay over his life. So
hit the clarity at least. Actually, clarity's almost done.
He went 5 seconds?
Yeah, he did.
6 stacks of the napalm, and he just accepts his fate.
Too soon.
So that's your offlaner going down to the other offlaner. You did get the courier, but I've got to feel that overall that's more worth it for Planet Dog, or is it really big to take? You think it's that big to take the bottom away?
You get like 1,000 gold away. From
oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I forgot I broken that list.
And they have the Spirit Breaker up there too already.
Okay.
And your NP, so you don't actually need a TP back to lane. Or if you do, you can just TP back up there. You don't have to do a walk of shame.
So yeah, easy 1,000 gold, I guess, as you say. And I mean, the bat will be happy that he got something out of it. But yeah, okay. Overall team.
Is Queen gonna die?
It's close.
Remember when Nethertox or Corrosive Skin used to have global range?
Oh, and it just kept reprocking with
well, you couldn't outrange it. Like right now, Doug's more than 1,400 range away. Oh, and he gets a region. Oh my god.
And they've got a charge on Keyser here. We'll see what they can do. They're bringing Skylark in as well. They're looking to make something happen here. Doug going in with the Shadow Strike. They've got the bash. Have they got the damage to bring him down? He'll pop the Fairy Fire. It's not going to be enough. The Shadow Strike poison brings him down. The gank successful. Nice movement from Skylark and MNT. And indeed, nice bit of RNG. If they didn't have that regen room, that would not have happened.
Yeah, talk about some good luck there. And a DP.
They're going to look at Milan as well. Give him a fair bit of a punch. You have got a charge from MNT going down towards the bottom lane because 3-3, he's getting very aggressive onto Madara. Did get the stacks up, but it looks like he made pay of his life. With the wraparound from Spartan as well, charge connects at 3-3, he gets punished. Got a little too trigger happy there, seeing Madara in his vulnerable state, covered in the sticky napalm. But has to be aware that these reactions are going to come out from Mousesports lineup.
There are some disgusting heroes in this game. Venomancer and Viper.
Veno and Viper. In 2017, who would have thought it?
Slark's also disgusting.
True. Slark's pretty disgusting. I'd say Silence is quite disgusting as well. That's one of those annoying heroes. Well, mid lane, Keith is going to get annoyed again. Skylark TP's across. They've got 4 heroes straight in the mid lane. Milan trying to see if he can get something out in response to almost certainly losing the Viper, and indeed they do. Can he find MNT? One more touch will do it. He does get the kill. But overall, again, it's Mousesports taking the trade 2 for 1. Doug stays alive, just about to hit on to level 6. They'll back up, shrine up. And yeah, as Tsunami mentioned, Skylark being incredibly active with his off-lane Nature's Prophet, from sniping couriers to joining mid-ganks 2 times in 5 minutes, and bottom lane. The bait was successful. Again, look at Madara. He loves the napalm. He says, cover me in it, as he knows his friends will be there just in time to save him each and every time. I mean, this he's got to hold back 3-3. He's getting a little too ham, and it's hurting him. It's costing him his life twice.
A disgusting hero like Venomancer probably embraces the napalm.
It does.
It makes him stronger.
Can't do these plays.
Oil monster.
Oil.
It's like those. Did you ever play WoW and like Ungoro? There's like those big like tar monsters.
I only played Hearthstone, so I do know what you mean. The tar creatures.
Yeah, it's like those.
Okay. Yeah. But we don't talk about that game for that. For that development. I love you. Gaming.
You're not fired with.
Thanks.
Good job. Good job sucking up.
That's alright. I'll see you at the grand final.
I think you need a little bit more sucking up with that.
Okay.
Just throw in like a little, 5 more.
I'll write a little love song to Gavin. 6.5 minutes in.
Oh, you can play guitar too.
I can play guitar and piano. I'll write him a little symphony.
Wow, you play piano. I play piano too.
Yeah, last year we had what? Well, did we have Dead Mouse last year?
Yep.
That was
not last year, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have me next time. What a great song. Tell him I'll do it for free. Top lane, Swift Ending getting charged upon. He's level 6. It should be fine. Doesn't even need to pop the Shadow Dance. Gets the pounce off. Will avoid the gank. And in terms of CS, Swift Ending, he's doing well, the back of the stage. He's 43 CS and on the Slark. So, in all honesty, despite how bad we felt that there was the potential for the lanes to go, it's not been that terrible, really, for Planet Dog.
Nope. I think it's been really bad for the Viper.
Yeah. Okay.
Viper was meant to.
Under attack.
I would probably have like 1,000 network leads right now, but right now he's struggling in levels.
Look at this.
Top lane, yep. It is his hero, as you mentioned.
Really had the chance to get himself out, but it wasn't going to be the case. Yeah, Swift Ending. I think you've got to be worried about the start. They need to get together and do more of these moves. That's exactly what they're doing in the mid lane. They group up as 3. They blow the Viper up with the Sonic Wave. 3-3 has come across with J4 to see if they can find a trade. Skylark falling low, will get taken down to the flame break, knocks him back into the clutches of Bessie the Bat. And they will get themselves the kill. 6 for 5. One lane, Madara does claim the tier 1 tower. The movement's going elsewhere. We'll switch over to Network, see what the state is. And overall, as we can see, Mouse still with a very slight, but it is very slight. And pretty pushed that actually 1500 down to sniping the courier and being the first to take a tier 1 tower. Overall, Slark in a great position.
I'm not sure if he can take over this game though.
Yeah,
you mentioned that they don't have any disabled. It's so hard for him to run a Venomancer. Like he has to he has to be in the fog to regen up after the poison.
I mean, it seems like a game where by all means Swift Ending is going to be able to commit, get 1-2 kills, but it's going to be very hard for him to disengage unless the rest of his team's been able to wipe out the whole side of Mouse Sports. It's very hard for him to duck and dive in and out.
Viper going to die again?
It looks like he could be in trouble. There is J4 hanging around, but he gets absolutely surrounded. J4 can do very little to stop this. Case is gone. 3-3 comes in with the lasso onto Thug. Do they actually have the damage to bring him down? They don't. He blinks away. MNT bashes 3-3 down onto the low ground. J4 turn towards. The glaives fly through his mouse. They get themselves a second. They're even looking for a third. 3-3 ticks down to the curse. Double kill for Spartan. They do find his MNT. Thug jumps back in on minimal health to play around with the Arcane Aura, and he gets another bit of action there for Spartan. Triple kill for the Silencer. He's on a plus 18 at 9.5 minutes in. That is ridiculous. 5-0-4
in 9 of the 10 kills. That's the dream.
That has got to be the smartest Silencer I've seen in the first 10 minutes of the game. That's crazy. 1600 gold he had as well in his pocket after that triple. He is feeling mighty fine, Spartan, and understandably so. You know, that last fight that's bumped him ahead of this Viper. Viper, as you say, definitely struggling in this game. We wondered if they've kind of leave the mid lane B and look to put pressure on. But it looks like Matt's game plan has just been to crush this Viper in this early stage.
He's getting charged again. He might again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's got a bit more friends this time. 3-3 still in the neighborhood along with.
Hey, hits 6. I think actually punishes them onto the Viper.
True. I mean, we saw in that last fight how low Mouse Swords did get. An Ice Blast definitely with the potential to push them over the edge. And Mouse, they know they've got this momentum, they have this strength in this early stage, and they'll move on for more. 10 minutes. Hammering down onto the tier 2 in the middle lane. What's the plan from Planet Dog? You've got Swift Ending putting some split pressure down on the bottom. There's the jump, and they're actually going to find Milan off to the back. MNT charges across up to the ground, up the cliff. Milan team down to the curse, and a final touch from the Breaker does it. Another kill for Mouse. Mid lane Madara laying down the ward, secures the tier 2. In fact, gets the Gale connection along with the Veil being dropped. They can go in for this one. They'll pop down the Nova. Thug jumps forward. They have an Ice Blast that connects onto Thug, but they've already lost the Viper. Cold Feet will, but I think he should be fine. He's not going to fall below the threshold. Mouse who out of there, and they are starting to turn the heat up, and this is when we start to see the Slark pick. There's not a lot he can do for his team other than split push and hope for the items when Mouse is playing this aggressive as a 5-man.
Yeah, once he gets his Shadow Blade, he can pick off, I guess, the Silencer?
But it's hard because of how they're grouping up. It's Mouse are playing very well around the Slark thing in this game so far.
Yeah, they're playing very well around the Venom too. Venom's like not, you know, he's not on his lonesome.
The seeds of fortune.
Not on field. He's pushing towers with his team, which is good. And no one's getting picked. Also, they're forcing the Batrider to constantly come to all these fights. Batrider is, what, 2 and 3, but he hasn't had that much time to farm, and he doesn't have his Blink Dagger. He's only halfway there, and it's 12 minutes in.
And they desperately need that Blink. Against this sort of playstyle, just having the ability to run away and... Just gotta be careful how he commits. Cold Feet won't tick in. MNT, he's ready to continue this fight though. Comes in onto J4. There's the bash. J4's out and down, and they're looking for more. MNT, eyes onto 3-3. There we have the jump with the Nether Bash straight onto the Batrider, and they're looking to combo for more. Skylark setting up with the Sprout onto Milan. Milan straight into the tree line. He has got the jump again in a few seconds. Thug has a DD. Milan, he'll try for the TP out. He is going to make it. Only just as he'll get back to the base, but Mouse are playing hyper aggressive as Planet Dog struggle to keep up with this pressure.
And they're going for a Hood next on Venom Mister. I think Hood is extremely important versus the Viper, the Bat, and the AA. That's 3 sources of damage, and they're pretty much only going to have the right click with the Slark. But he is almost getting there. He is very high on net worth, almost Shadow Blade, and he just needs a couple of picks to accelerate into the next phase of the game. Wow, he is going to do no damage.
He really isn't.
But he might live.
But he might live. And it's a big might. I mean, he's going to have to deal with a fair bit of a punch coming in from this Spartan Silencer once those glaives start to get leveled up.
Yeah,
the amount of intel he's got.
There's a lot of pure damage.
Yeah. There really is.
That dude with 8 it's not going to be easy for him to survive.
Hey, Mouse, they'll take this tier 2 with no contest at all from Planet Dog. Looking to just avoid potential engagements at this stage outside of the base.
It's so hard to avoid though versus Spirit Break.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
MNTV making some really nice movements this game.
Gold for me.
Involved. A lot of potential to do so with the treants and the wards as spoke about in the draft. Very hard for Planet Dog to deal with and clear out.
Planet Dog have set a game plan in motion though. They've set up wards around the south side of the map and they want to take control of this jungle to try and farm this map. Also, Slark has a lot of space. He has the darkness on his side. There are a lot of towers down, so he can roam around quite freely and he can pick off solo farming in the jungle. So Planet Dog have set the game plan in motion. Get back in, but at the same time they don't have any side items. Everyone's building for themselves at this point. And J4 is still 2-4 for the Midas on the AA. Milan has no sign of like a Vlad's or a Medallion or a Hood or a Lotus, and still no blink yet on the battery. His blink is coming extremely slow.
Bottom lane. Mouse Sports now heading down to hold off this, and yeah, indeed, straight away, Planet Dog leave the area. Wards still remain though, no dewarding yet to occur on this side of the map from Mouse Sports. Swift ending, Lincoln's will be the next item coming up. And he's going to look for, but still quite a bit of time before he does have that. Just the Shadow Blade in hand at the moment.
Yeah, Lincoln's will allow him to split push, which I think is completely necessary. He's going to slow it down a little bit, take it down a notch. Be good old lazy dogs. Let the time pass, get big, get a little bit more farms. With the Slark, like once Slark gets BKB and Lincoln's, he can kind of just run in at them and just cause so much havoc.
Radiant's top tower
that
is
everyone
under
else
attack.
catches spells. Right now he's a little weak fishy.
See overall the Mouse of our fleets continuing to slowly gain traction. 7.5 coming up. As still yet to slow it down massively.
They can threaten high ground.
Yeah, Doug's got this arcane room ready to go.
This is really early. This is 16 minutes in.
This is going to be the test. How Planet Dog got what it takes to stop this sort of pressure at this stage of the game. Tier 3 falling fast. Questions are going to be asked how they could deal with this. Teasing away with another strike, trying to keep Planet Dog on their guard. Tier 3 down to half health. Where have we got the rest of the team? We've got 3-3 smoked up from behind. He does have that blink. So could look to try and make a big impact with the blink dagger reveal on the Bat Rider.
Look at Spartan's position though. He's not in a place where he can get lassoed. Everyone's surrounding him, so he is in the perfect spot. They actually know where he is.
They do. They know he's there, but how can they get to him? 3-3 trying to come across, but straight away they see him. The global comes out. Bat gets focused. Swift ending. What can he do? He needs to find at least something. He'll jump forward onto Spartan. Will find the kill, so they get themselves the silencer, but now Swift, he's in trouble. The rest of Planet Dog dying behind him as well, as they've already lost 2. Swift will finally manage to get out of there with the pounce, but the rest of the side are struggling. J4 bursted back down by the Scream from Thug. They've got the Sprout onto Keyser. He is tanky. Can't get himself away. MNT looks for the TP out. Swift ending will punish it.
They still got the T3 though. Woof! And they had a buyback on the A, so any dreams of having items on the A is dash for the next 10-15 minutes.
But they do hold them off. You know, the racks still stay in touch. Swift ending survives.
Losing the shrine, access to your shrines this early, like you could think about it, you can just lock it over. You don't actually have to like even commit hard to the shrine.
Sure. It could be a lot worse.
It could be worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
They could have already lost the game.
They could have. And with the 2.4k gold now on Swift, do you pick up that ulti pure? And he is still top of the net worth, so Slark's doing his best to keep in the game, and in fact he could look for some cheeky action here. It is just the 2 of them.
Oh, poor Spartan.
Do it.
Yeah,
do it. He's doing it. Straight in onto the silencer. Sees the quad go away. M&T is going to come across. In fact, yes, Swift Ending, he doesn't mess around. He just gets out of there straight away. He knows he can't stick. I like that control. He could have gone for the kill, but it almost certainly would have cost him his life.
Yep. Smart play. That is his hero, man. He is not yet.
He knows the limits. He knows the limits.
That's a really good Slark. Well, Spartan is maxed out on HP. Nice double earn. They're going to go back. Screw taking down a Shrines. They still have the Aegis. Let's make use of it. Only 1 minute left on the Aegis. And I say 1 minute, it's actually like 50 seconds. So the window is 1.5 minutes.
Let's see what they can do with that time. Mouse tier 3 out of this last time. What will they get this time? M&T looks to go deep, but it will be held back by the Void. 3-3 on the sideline. Silenced them immediately. M&T looking for the Nether Strike. Will find it onto Milan, but the Ice Blast is coming across them. Catches onto 2 Spirit Breakers down. Now the Global comes through, but Swift Ending at the Dart Pack will back off. But now Planet Dog R2 down. Mouse finding the chance to hit down onto the racks. They'll take the range, turn towards the melee, and with only 3 heroes alive, Planet Dog unable to defend the racks this time round. And Mouse, successful with the push, will make sure that they keep this momentum going very, very strong in these opening 20 minutes. 1 racks down.
They know how to play versus Slark, that's for sure. Take down all the towers, pressure high ground very, very early. And this is why I think like they play really well with Nature's Prophet. Like Nature's Prophet is
do it. Go on. Vidar, he's actually got backup as well from Milan, but Vidar very, very tanky here with that pipe of insight. They don't get the kill. The Shadow Dance already being used now. Swift Ending, can he get himself out of there? He's got the pounce. Do they have any way to close the gap? Doesn't look like they do. M&T, both of his spells on cooldown. Vidar and Spartan going for the slow chase, but the Shadow plays back up. Swift Ending gets away. Milan will be left behind and will be found out. Oh, actually gets the deny off there. The Shadow Strike was on him, so 3-3 able to bring down his own teammate, but he will lose his own life. So they deny a little bit of golden XP there from Mouse Sports, but of course still as this game goes, very much Mouse Sports in their element at the moment. Swift Ending did survive. He is really being pushed to his limits on how hard of a game he can carry on the Slark.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult.
It's all on him in this game.
He's just nearly got the Manta Star, so again I just looking to survivability, trying to do as much as he can in this fight, get that poison out, even if the silence comes through. Can limit quite a fair bit of the punch of this Viper.
How many Vino hits does it take to kill a Shrine?
Do the math, man. It's about 6. It looks because sometimes it jumps out 7, so 6 to 7. 1500 divided by 7, man.
Do you want to do 6.5 or 7?
I'm gonna go 6.5 then if you want to be smart about it.
225?
We'll go with it. I'll believe you then.
230-ish?
Okay, that's a lot of hits.
Sustains.
A little bit of damage. They'll come back for more. Bottom lane though, Treants. That's a little bit quicker with that. Treants straight in.
Oh yeah, those things are really good because they do so much more damage. 36. Yeah, that's one Shrine down, and they can just wait for next Roach. And I think just slow siege because Slark with his Lincolns, he's still not going to be unstoppable in the team fight.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's not huge amounts of pressure on Mouse at all.
And
they
Mouse
can take this game as they want.
The scarier part is that he doesn't get any free pickoff. Usually Silas is a free kill.
Yeah, especially with the just picked up by Mouse as well. Did they give it to the MNC? Who's got? Wait, they did just buy him. They put it on Madara. I mean, he's very, very tanky with that pipe, so understandably so. We saw last time when Swift tried to make a jump on him. There's no way they can take down that Bennett quickly. So he'll be holding the gem. There's a movement coming around for the side, but the Plague Walls drop down and they spot it out straight away. Mouse knows what's up. Kaiser with the Gale, jump forward and Thug, gets the stream onto 2, the Global coming out as well. Sonic Wave goes to come onto Milan, bringing him down low. Swift trying to turn, but he's getting bashed up. He'll pop the Shadow Dance, he'll turn towards MNT, the Ice Blast did pass across them all, but 2 are now dead on Planet Dog. Swift Ending on the retreat, J4 goes straight for the TP out. There's a charge coming in, Swift Ending, touching off the bash with the Dark Pack. Still there are eyes upon him. TP across from Skylark trying to cut him off again. Can Swift Ending survive? He's got the Shadow Blade, but Mouse, they're prepared. They have the dust. They've spotted him out. He will take down. And they get the big bonus kill as well. Taking down Slark. They can move in on the mid lane. Slark does have buyback. Really struggling, Planet Dog, to do anything with this lineup at this stage of the game with the way the Mouse have entered this build. And now just looking for blood. Up on top of blood. Swift. What can he do? Doug moves it aggressively on the J4. Will find the AA. Swift ending, maybe seeing if he can find a kill in return, but the silence ticks in after the Dark Pack. He's out and down. Triple kill for Spartan, who 24 minutes in is sitting on 36 stolen intelligence. Mouse Sports cleaning up a second lane of Rax. And we did feel it on the panel, but it seems like our worries did occur. Mouse just with the superior lineup, and Planet Dog leaving themselves with a very hard game to play.
They play a lot better with the NP because I think NP breeds teamwork, because you just TP the towers like, oh, he's here, we have a lot of stuff, just make towers, right? He should be everywhere at once. Going for last couple of kills here, but he's trying to.
Look at Madara, and in fact MNC is now being shredded by Kaiser. Milan does get dropped though. There'll be a buyback straight away from the Night Stalker. They'll turn towards fight. I mean, they're getting some nice kills here. Dogs jumped in aggressively. He'll blink off to the sidelines. If they could find him, that would be absolutely huge. But he goes for the TP out, will make it away. So the game will not quite be over yet. Planet Dog holding in with this final set of racks up top.
Yeah, Gem has been lost.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, still 16k gold lead. I mean, if they can turn this, that is going to be absolutely incredible. You're 25 minutes in to be down 2 lanes of racks when you have a lineup that is not great at all at dealing with pushing back out these creeps. It's a very long and hard road still for them.
It's time to start preparing for Megas with your item build. That's what
I mean, how do you with just Maelstroms on everyone? Is there any
Maelstrom Vlads?
Maelstrom Vlads? You know, one's got
maybe some lifesteal on Viper too. Like
yeah.
I don't even know what item you go.
I saw
Satanic, Casual Mass, Casual Mass.
Yeah.
On I don't really plan for that right now, but Val's taking a safe, taking on the road. Guy versus on the line. Not in this exact game, but this series
in the right direction, that's for sure.
This is what teams prepare for all year. And you see a team squander it by being jumping the gun. Getting ahead of themselves is always a sad sight. Because you know, if the stakes weren't as high, they would probably actually win. But Mouse have been
the seeds of fortune.
Mouse, a team that sticking together through what they've been through. A lot of other teams, you know, having that sort of struggle after a major will have fallen apart, but not Mouse. They stuck together. And now in the playoffs, as we're saying, first game of the day, looking very good for the boys here.
Oh, here they go. Bat is smoked on the top. He could get big lasso here because of the position. They also have several working back because they lost the gem.
Look at the Fenno. Global Silence comes out immediately, and MNT gets the chance to Nether Strike down the bat, charges across 3 of them. Thug jumps up to the high ground, finds the head, the disarms there, dropped onto Viper, nothing that he engagement. Kill, godlike streak, picked up for Thug, turning to as well, no chance for the Slark, he does not have buyback, and GG, well played, is called by game 1, going to Mouse Sports, very convincingly as well. Something a bit closer in game 2, and I'm sure we'll see a very different adaptation of the draft coming out from Planet Dog, as this one just did not work out at all.
Radiant's top
active and not going to get anything out of that, so Empire have to be quite happy with that outcome.
So early though to have a BKB and a Dragonlance already. He's level 15 too. It's like
gigantic.
16 minutes and he's got 10k net worth.
200 CS.
Yeah, that's absurd. 600 GPM already from those stacks that they gave for him. So the Shadow Feed game plan with Clockwork is working so far for Spirit. They even get Blink on Legion competitor before the Puck and the Sinking. I mean, Puck and Sinking pretty much have it finished too. But.
I mean, Empire really don't have physical damage. Like, you're not going to run on that Shadow Fiend as a Razor. Like, he's going to destroy you if you post up. So outside of him, it's all magic. It's now 2 heroes you kind of have to ignore. The Shadow Fiend with the BKB, the Bristle just in general. Maybe if you completely chain stun him, you could, like, perfect, you know, Static Storm Coil, Burrow Strike Pull, like, at least bring him low enough that he's going to have to BKB and run away, but really a who do you go on kind of situation right now. Sloboshka will get hooked here, almost finished the shop. There's the Legion with the overwhelming odds. Here's the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Empire is definitely under the gun right now. They can't really 5-man versus this Bristle and BKB Shadow Fiend. They just have to go full split push and wait for the later stages of the game. But they still are going to have big problems versus Bristle Shadow Fiend. They just don't have the proper tools to deal with these 2 heroes.
And the scary thing for Empire is Spirit have a lineup that can end the game very early. I think, did a rocket hit him there? Or?
He wanted to go DK Phobos Legion mid, but Phobos blinked out as soon as he saw Champions.
They do find the Bristle. I don't know if you want to go for this. They're going to try. He gets healed up by the Legion, though. He stays alive. Everything dropped for this Bristleback. Will they be able to finish him off? Chappie doing some good work here. Does manage to lash him down. And the Shrine saves Empire. 2 heroes falling for Spirit. Maybe a 3rd. FNG getting punished. Chappie going off in this game. Finds 3. But really the MVP of that fight had to have been the Shrine.
Oh, yeah. That Shrine plus just the amount of damage he stole. I mean, 4,300 damage this Razor just did in that fight. Max damage stolen.
His bar is like bigger than, I think, all 7 other heroes involved in that fight combined.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
So Shadow Fiend wasn't there for that fight. They had everybody else, but Iceberg was elsewhere farming. So they were actually allowed to bring down the Bristle, and that was not with everybody. That was only with a couple Empire heroes that they had to commit. They didn't use a lot of their spells, but Epicenter was used on the floor in the mid lane before that fight happened, and they're able to clean up the Bristle without it. And during that, FN farmed and finished his Bloodstone, so that was a big win there for Empire. So as long as if they can isolate the Bristle like that, you know, they still can kind of deal with him, since he doesn't have, like, you know, he doesn't have the medallion, he doesn't have the Solar Crest just yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they... did you catch where the Shadow Fiend was? Maybe they saw him, and that's why they were like, he's like farming top or something, and that's why their confidence would commit so much on the Bristle.
Exactly what it was. I saw he was farming neutral camps on the right side, like right after the fight, but yeah, he just wasn't there.
Yeah, that Shadow Fiend's there. That is a lost fight for Empire. But
yeah, because it was what, like 10 seconds to bring down Bristle.
But instead, a nice pick, and now an opportunity for more. The hook's there though. FNG able to drop the Conks right away. Did get temporarily silenced by the Static Storm. Finally got them out, and now they chase forward. Iceberg in position, driving Chappie away from his team. He is a bulwark. He will protect them. Phobos sets up here, looking for a duel. The silence is timed well, but gonna hold him in position for now. Phobos really wants that free duel damage. Gets the earn. BKB is committed. Very liberal usage by Iceberg in this fight, and the previous. Already down to 8 seconds. And what do you know? Nice double damage road. Looking to set up for this Roshan. Sanky's gonna respawn soon though. Meanwhile, FN is pushing out the top lane. He's got a teleport scroll. He's got a decent amount of mana. Chappie's still healthy. They could try for this Rosh. The orb comes in. They don't want to give this up for free. Empire are sticking around, but they don't have the puck coil, so they're a little bit undermanned. They still want to contest. FNG doing a good job of trying to keep them at bay with the cogs getting dropped. Roger chilling in the pit under cover of the do. He burrows through. He gets the Aegis. Roger the Magician pulling out his inner Federer. However, they might pay elsewhere with Ghostic being dueled and will get finished off. Didn't actually catch a Phobos while on the duel. Doesn't look like he did, but still Ghostic on the high ground going for the TP. Frostbitten down. Roger ends up falling as well, so well, they will lose the Aegis, they will lose the Sand King, but they at least keep it away from Team Spirit, and that means probably no easy high ground siege coming their way.
Yeah, and Sand King actually got the last hit on the Rosh too, so he's doing pretty sweet. Got the experience, got the gold for his team, denied the Aegis.
Did FN even, like, Did he just leave that fight super early?
He just ditched. Yeah, he went toward top, and then it looked like there was some communication going on in the team because he was hitting the creeps, and then he like stuttered and walked back toward the Roche, then toward top. So I think he wanted to stay top, but his team was telling him to come toward the pit to try to get a steal.
And he's
then he
like
sees Roger take it. Yeah, but I mean, either way, that's a pretty successful fight for Empire. The BKB starting to whittle down on Shadow Fiend, so he's down to 8 seconds already, and that's a big opportunity for them to actually be able to deal with these tank cores Spirit.
If you give that Aegis to Spirit, I think they're threatening high ground on that Aegis, or at the very least they're taking all 3 of these towers. They still may try for it.
I think that's like a huge thing though that Empire is able to deny that Aegis. Like we talked about how the Shadow Fiend probably went for such an early BKB to get that Aegis, like for the Bristleback
and to
for
try
the
and break
Fiend.
the base.
Yeah, and now the fact that they didn't get that, it's going to slow down their timing things a lot.
Empire smoking, they get the ward up on the high ground, confident blink forward, but it might be a bit too confident. Roger caught out here, glimpse back, is going to drag the Legion away, does not get the dual win again. Phobos just unable to secure that bonus damage. They do get the SK kill. Empire feeling like they could take a risk, but
don't think they expected
fighting. The Spirit is very good.
Don't think they expected 4 or 5 heroes on top of a shrine at that exact moment. They didn't really have any information anywhere elsewhere on the map. It was kind of like a YOLO play they were going for. Poshka?
These like just defensive glimpses have been ridiculous from Poshka. Constantly frustrating Team Spirit. He's going to drop that kinetic field, keep FNG back, no hook shot available. Taking the escape.
They usually call me Poshka the sacrificial lamb for this team. Because usually at the end of each game he has like 10 deaths, but he's been working. So far this game though, like you said, the glimpses have been paying off for him. I mean, he's only...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spirit now. The Ace, they don't care. They're still just gonna post up, try to claim it. They're still quite a bit stronger.
Again, Empire do have a good match problem right now. Razor going SNY, if he gets a good static link, maybe they can threaten Iceberg, but outside of that, you're just not killing anyone quickly, and BZZ has made Solar Crest. So very tanky. They are looking for Roger here. Out comes the Plasma Field trying to usher Spirit away. They get the glimpse back. They are going to find one. That Legion Commander gets caught out a little bit. Shadow Fiend going for the Requiem gets interrupted here. It has not BKB just yet. He's going to snap that coil. Still hesitating to pop the BKB! And he gets slaughtered for it! They needed that Requiem. They didn't get it. Now Spirit are on the run, and Empire on the hunt. They're going to bring down FNG. They look for more of the Bristleback. You find a catastrophe on the Radiant side of the map. BZZ is pretty tanky, but the Caustic slows him down. They're leeching up the damage here. They're going to glimpse him back, pull him in, pound him from all directions. Empire surround the raid bros. They'll kill him off to an easy team wipe for them.
5-0.
Shadow Fiend needed that BKB, and he just held it too long, and Empire, they punished him for it.
Great uses of spells, though, by Empire there. The glimpse onto the Legion Commander, then they pull all of Spirit to kind of be... We need to help our Legion. They get hit by like a 3-man disruptor to a 3-man coil, and like you said, Shadow Fiend hesitating on his BKB for a moment, then they get clipped by